very sloppy. A little bit sloppy in the midriff.
Well, I think he's trying to cover up this lack of definition with the tattoos.
He's got a green dragon. He's got zigzags.
He's got a skull over here, new skull, another skull there, another skull there, another skull there, snake. What's he got? He got some devil on his leg, something silly on his rib cage. Who knows? He's a shocker, isn't he?
I think you probably, if you looked at a penguin, maybe it's a bit quicker.
Like a waddling penguin.
Well, I noticed early on that he looks like an ice skater, so he sort of runs like this. There's absolutely no knee lift at all.
Welcome back to the Footy Show. He is, of course, one of football's most intriguing characters. His on-field record is unbelievable. 3-time Copeland Trophy winner, 3 times All-Australian MVP of the AFL Players Association, of course, last year's Brownlow medal. Please welcome the one and only Dane Swan. Swanny.
Hey, mate.
How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
He's coming in thongs.
He's in his thongs. It's -3 at the moment. But
I actually have my Uggs on, but I don't think it'd be...
Ugg boots would have worked too, mate.
Should I go get them?
We're going to have someone get it. Hey, we're really rapt to have you on. We marvel at your footy ability. We think it's unbelievable, but we don't know a hell of a lot about you. So we thought we'd get you in for a chat. Samuel's sort of quite taken with Dane Swan.
I am. It's extraordinary. It's like just looking at a... I don't know what it's like. Just
you don't do much media, do you? You know, when we don't hear a hell of a lot from you, so you're just happy to let the footy do the talking?
Yeah, I don't get asked a lot, but yeah, I don't do a lot, mate. But you know, it's a pleasure being invited on here, and here I am. So we'll see what happens.
What's it like having your dad as the treasurer of the nation?
Yeah, it's good. He managed to do a few things to keep me in Collingwood, and that's why we're keeping everyone, because he's a shifty bugger.
He worked out a fiscal arrangement. Did he explain the carbon tax to you? You couldn't give us a rundown on that, could you?
No, not today, mate. It'll take a while.
Hey, Swanny, we love the way you roll, because you are unique in the fact that things just drift along and then you get to the weekend and tear it to shreds. You do think, though, that Sam's a weird man, don't you? You've got a concern about him.
He's an interesting cat, isn't he?
What is it about him that you
I'm
find...
interesting.
Yeah, he reckons you're weird.
Yeah, you're out there. Just a little bit weirder than me.
No, mate. What, just fiscally speaking, how much have we had to outlay to have this done? No, this is a serious question. What would a sleeve cost in the running market? You might get it cheap.
Yeah, mate, it'd vary. A couple of grand, maybe.
A couple of grand an arm?
Oh, for some, yeah.
We were told it was to be 30 grand an arm.
Oh, well, that must be the biggest arm of all time, I'll tell you.
We've almost forgotten what you're like without a tattoo, and I guess it's a fascination, but here's a picture of you when you first started. It just doesn't look right, Swanny. You were clean when you first started your AFL career.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing, eh? My mum would love to see that footage, but she's away, so unlucky mum. But, yeah.
Hey,
yeah, well said.
Swanny...
Well said. Someone said that's what Collingwood does to you. He said, well said. Yeah.
What about the fascination with the rig? Because we saw all the boys coming off the track and they're all saying that Swanny's rig's sloppy.
I think I started more in the media than anything, but I can cop Joel's, Trav and Harry, but I can't cop Faz. He's probably got one of the worst noses I've ever seen. and I'm not sure who that other bloke was. So after running down the training.
The media, you said they sort of had a fascination with you, thinking that you'd come back from the 2011 season a little heavier, and you made a point here on, I think it was might have been was it Anzac Day? Yeah. And you just jagged another one. You're well on your way to a BOG, and you just gave the old tummy a little rub. So just making a subtle point.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. You know, you suppose you cop it from all the boys as soon as something like comes out in the media, and you know, rightly so. But I told him if I was lucky enough to to kick one, I'd certainly do something for him, and I try not to take myself too seriously. So, while I'm enjoying myself, I'm probably playing my best footy.
And what about the world of footy right now? And Gary, to you and Brown, I mean, you're so regimented that the footballers, they want you here, they got meetings for meetings, and it's not really your go, I'm told.
No, not at all, mate. It sucks, but I love playing the game on the weekends, but the bit in between hurts a little bit, but, I have to do it, so that's what I get paid to do. So I get up and I love being around the boys and having a little bit of fun and taking the piss with all the boys, but the rest of it's not great.
Now, I don't know anything about you, so this is not a loaded question.
What would you like to know?
Well, I'll tell you what I'd like to know, Dane. Have you had to curb your off-field activities? Did you used to go out? Were you a rebel rouser? Were you, because of everything that's going on now and you are scrutinised to within an inch of your life, have you had to change the way you live your life dramatically?
Yes and no, I suppose.
Yes and no.
Yeah, a little bit when I was younger, I suppose. Certainly, completely different to what I was in my first 4 or 5 years.
If you went out now publicly to a venue or a bar or something, are you likely to be set upon verbally or chatted up? It's just not worth going out, or can you handle it?
No, you certainly don't get verbally attacked. I think you go out with a good group of friends and you go to places where you feel safe. So it's not too bad. It's just the later you're out, the more chance you are of getting in trouble. So if you're home before 7 a.m, usually pretty good.
Swanny, you've got the...
That was a
joke. we picked up on that. You've got the nose ring.
Yeah.
I didn't notice until you just saw you out the back that you've got that. Now, obviously, stud.
Yeah.
You've got to take that out on game day. That would be hard to do, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it took me a while to learn how to do it. I rip it out and then trying to stick it back in, it'd bleed a hell of a lot, but I've got the knack of it and I'm not too bad
If you
at
just
it now.
look over that way, and we could get camera too, just to have just want to come in and have a look at the stud on his hooter there. Come in, take your time to come in.
Well, that would,
there it is.
that's what a nose ring would be. Yeah,
No, that's not a nose ring, it's a stud.
Stud.
Yeah. And could I ask you the obvious question?
Yeah.
The why?
That question's still to be answered. I'm not sure. I woke up one morning and thought, I can't be bothered getting a tattoo, so I'll get a nose ring. There it was.
Dane, what about Dale Thomas? He's following you. He got a tattoo of black caviar because he lost a bet. What do you think of his tattoo?
Yeah, it looks good. She's a beautiful horse. And,
there it is, of
there it
course.
is, absolutely. It's a bit different because Luke Nolan usually doesn't sit up on it. He usually just sits there and lets it cruise home. So a little bit different, but good luck to anyone, I guess.
Now, but we could ask you all the Dorothy Dix questions about the new coach and the transition and all that, but that would be pretty boring.
Yeah.
And not the coach is not boring, but you'd probably answer these. Have you got any tattoos that aren't visible?
Yeah, I got a lot that aren't visible at the moment.
No, mate. On appendage, anything at all, or just
not there, mate. No.
No, you haven't got one there.
No.
I'd say it'd wince a bit if you had one there.
Yeah, it'd be, yes, it would. I would have thought.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Be like, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Wouldn't it?
What you also do, Swanny, is tweet, which is a great fascination to us. And we've had a good look at all of them, and we've picked 3 out that you might want to just explain to us what you're actually doing. If you're about to sit down and watch the footy with a packet of chips, crush the packet up and you'll get more chips in the packet.
Hashtag smart.
Is that right?
Just common sense, I would have thought. Yeah, 2 for 1. Absolutely.
Just found out the guy who invented the remote control passed away. R.I.P. my good man. Best invention ever. Smarter than Einstein.
Well, absolutely.
I agree with
Absolutely.
that. Absolutely.
So that makes sense. That doesn't need explaining. And this one here, I just yawned at board.
Must have been in a meeting.
Now, and you like to invent things. You came up, mind you, it had been done, but you didn't know this. You were a step ahead of them. The see-through toaster, which we all got see-through toasters.
Did you get one?
Yeah, I got one. Yep. Using it
They're
at home.
ripper toasters, aren't they?
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
They're good.
Gary,
Toast in the dark. Do whatever you want. Let's go.
Toast in the dark.
There it is. We were fascinated there watching it turn from white to golden brown to actually even a burnt. It was just fascinating, wasn't it?
The highlight of my year so
And then
far.
you came up with the
It's a handbag with a light in it.
The internal light in a purse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think that's a good one.
Well, speaking of the tweeting, we also saw this on a more sort of serious note on the weekend. I think it was. I wish Gary Ablett played for us. He is really, really good. Hashtag best mid ever.
Yeah, I need to apologise for that because as soon as I tweeted that, Bucks rang me and I was very, very upset that I didn't put him in the category.
Nathan Buckley aside, is he the man over here, the best midfielder in the comp?
Yeah, in the comp by a long way, I think. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you agree with that, Brownie?
Yeah, I think him and Juddy and this bloke here are pretty close together, I reckon. Hard to separate them on their day, which is very consistent. They're all great.
Who would you rather have on your side, Shane? Gary Ablett? Well, you can include Brownie, but just seeing as we're talking, him or him?
Oh, please. Can we have them both? Gary's airborne at the moment, which is great, and Dane's Anzac game was unbelievable.
Had
3 goals,
possessions
42
his last
touches.
start.
So I'd like them both, please.
What
Sorry,
about you,
I'm sitting
Gets?
on the fence.
Yeah, I'm sitting right in the middle of it.
Oh,
Well, you good, Callis, come on.
If I had to choose between
said
you
were
and
gonna-
Jonathan Brown, I'd go Jonathan Brown for sure.
Hey,
As a
what
full
about your
forward,
future, Swanny? That's the other thing that interests me. You strike me, just from what I've read and heard from you, that you won't hang around. I mean, once it's up, it's up. Well, Alan Didak, I think, said he was going to leave in the end of next year.
Yeah, well, all my friends will be gone by the time I'm 30, so I'm going to have to leave unless I start making new friends. But, yeah, they asked me what I was going to do. I said, well, I'm contracted to 30 and I'm certainly not going to look past that. Doesn't mean that's when I'm done, but, like I said, I certainly won't be hanging around forever. There's other things that I want to do in my life, so, yeah, we'll
Like
just
what?
play not play footy. I want to go away. I want to be able to get the European and summers in and stuff like that and just sort of enjoy myself and be able to do what I want without sort of getting my name in the paper or getting in trouble.
You go to Vegas a lot too?
Yeah,
every time you can. What do you do over there?
Just go to shows. Big fan of musicals, so I just go along with that.
What do you do in Vegas?
You go to shows.
Stay with us. We want to have a look at this game because this could quite possibly be our grand final preview. It is, of course, take on the Eagles. Didak and Sinclair out. Reid, Tooby and Shaw come back into the side. So straight away strengthened by the inclusion of those 3 premiership players. It's a Saturday twilight game at the MCG and you're taking on a West Coast Eagles side. So very, very well as well. It's first versus third on the ladder. Waters and Brown come back into the side. I mean, they are almost the benchmark, so it must be one you're really looking forward to on Saturday afternoon, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. They're on top for a reason, and it'll be a massive challenge for us. And obviously, their ruck combo midfielder absolutely on fire at the moment, and that's clearly where I play. So it's going to be a massive challenge for our boys without Pendles, which is unfortunate. But hopefully, we think we can get the job done.
Really?
Yes, mate. I think the reason they'll get over the line is because of the fishing trip to Port Douglas. How'd that go, Swanny, last week, mate?
Yeah, a few of the boys hooked a couple, which was good.
Yeah.
A little bit of sun. It was good to get away, get a little bit of sun, just to relax, sort of forget about footy for 4 or 5 nights, and just cruise up there, which was good. Get to see the Origin up there with where they really love it and passionate about it, which was good. But,
Did you catch any eels, mate?
no, but I've seen a couple here, which hopefully Sammy catches a couple for us a bit later.
So you're not scared of eels? Yeah, of course you are.
I've never given it a thought.
Well, why don't you give it one now, mate? Would you like to dive into a tank full of eels? Now, why would that be unnatural to be scared of that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, now, mate. Now, could you just explain, what are you saying here? That if you squash them up, you get twice as many?
Well, say there had been 500 chips in the pack before it. Now count how many there are.
That's a very, very good point. It's a bit the same as a tree is 90% air. Most of that, when they're full, are air. But when you crush them up...
Still the same amount of chips. I see just lots more of them now.
I'll tell you what, Gary. We have been played on a break on occasions on this show, but
No,
this bloke is dead set taking the piss.
No doubt. He's got to go to Gazza and get his tip. And Gazza, I also want the best midfielder in the competition from you.
Yeah, well, the Eagles haven't defeated the Pies since round 2, 2007, and I don't think that'll change this weekend. I think Collingwood are the informed side at the minute, and I think they're going to be very hard to beat.
And the best mid?
Swanny and Juddy, as Brendan said.
Very good.
And Joel Selwood, I should chuck in as well.
Oh, yeah, he's
Jed.
very good. I think Collingwood will have a really good win. And I just wanted to ask you about your tripping charge that you contested during the week. Have a look at the footage. Just tell us, actually, what did you do there?
I forcefully grabbed him in my hand and brought him to the ground. And
So you obviously felt that you didn't trip him?
oh, that's what we felt, but clearly the tribunal didn't think so. So that was a waste of an hour, wasn't it?
Mate, we love to have you on all show. Mick Malthouse, very quickly. Have you spoken to Mick, or do you speak to him much?
I've seen him at the Storm game a couple of times. So I've seen me and Jono. I meant to catch up with him for lunch at some stage, but just haven't got around to it yet. But don't speak to him regularly. But when I see him, I certainly say and have a
Do you
chat.
think he'll coach again?
He loves it, so I think it'll be very hard for him not to if the right job comes up. But then again, the right job's got to come up, I suppose.
Well, it has been a great pleasure to have this man on, and he has been a fresh air. Thank you very much. Good luck. We love him, Gary.
Need him to hang around in case Foss gets some cold feet, because Swanny might just have to give him a hand up the top.
Are you busy, Swanny?
No, it's going to take Sammy out and get him ready for.
Oh,
for the
yes. There we go, Foss. Well,
You're going to get me ready.
Absolutely.
You go and get ready
head
anyway.
off with Swanny and get ready for the eel dive,
Coach.
right? And that way you can't run away, because Swanny will keep a very close eye on you.
What are you laughing at?
So Sammy's heading off with Swanny, going to get ready for the big eel dive. Boys are just going to have a chat. They're just going to. Brownie just going to have a chat with Swanny while we go on with the show.